talking to this girl. How lucky he is. I want to meet someone like that too. But I have a very interesting idea. I have to try it out. I think he'd really like a gift like that.
It was nice meeting you. How would you feel about exchanging numbers?
Gladly, let's do it.
Well, I'm almost done. JJ now has an Iron Man suit. I wish he was real. Wait, that can't be right. Something's really happening to him.
What's going on? Why am I all foggy? Although, if you look at it that way, that costume reminds me of something. That's right, it's Iron Man's suit. That's really cool. I just wonder how I got it on me. I have a feeling it's Mikey's trick. I just gotta find him and ask him about it.
Look, I just remembered I have something important to do, so I'm gonna go, and good luck figuring out what happened to you.
I should really understand what's going on here. Wait a minute, is that me? And here I am in costume, which means Mikey didn't draw it when I got it, but a little bit beforehand. So there's only one conclusion. Mikey has some kind of special brush that can make drawings come to life. We should go to his house and steal that brush. I have armor now, so I can't exactly take on his guns. There's Mikey. Look at how much fun he's having back at his house. I'd be so much fun too if I had a paintbrush that made everything real. We have to sneak into his house somehow, as long as Mikey doesn't see me. Although in this costume, I don't think he can do anything to me. But just in case, it's better to be safe. So I'm gonna keep a low profile. And as soon as I get this tassel, we can have some real fun. I just need to figure out where Mikey keeps it. I think it's gonna be someplace special with quick access, which means he definitely left it close to him. We have to go up to the second floor. I think that's Mikey's bedroom. We just need to make sure he's asleep or busy, cause he's gonna hear the noise. We have to open the door quietly. I'm so glad he's asleep. That means it's safe to take his tassel. That's it, I've got the brush, now I have to go. Although with this item I can get rid of Mikey's stalking. Since this brush can create anything into reality, I can paint a lock and lock Mikey up. I just need to find the right room. I think his back room would be perfect for that. I just have to find a way to get him in there. And now we need to carefully draw the lock. To be honest, I still don't understand how this brush works. It must have been invented by some genius, cause I don't think Mikey could have made it. I mean, he's not a bad guy, but he's a long way from making something like this. I wonder if there are other inventions like it. If so, it could be a pretty formidable weapon, because I was able to get an Iron Man suit just by drawing it. At this rate, we could make an army of iron soldiers, and someone could use this technology for bad purposes. Someone could draw a black hole. In that case, the whole planet would end. Yeah, we'll have to use it for a while and then hide it so no one can get their hands on such an all-powerful tool. Speaking of which, I'm almost done with the lock. I think Mikey will be very surprised when he realizes he's been locked in with his own object. I can't wait to hear those emotions of frustration. Time to wake him up. Mikey, wake up! No more sleeping. What? You didn't expect to see me here? Well, I'm here.
JJ, what are you doing by my bed? Did anyone ever give you permission to come here without asking? I'm gonna give you a hard time. You must think you're the coolest guy in the world to have an Iron Man suit. But I'll prove to you in no time that behind the armor you're just an empty suit. Hey, how did you manage to shut me down? There was no lock. I guess I get it. You're a JJ thief. I'll remember that.
Try as hard as you want, Mikey. You'll never make it. Because now I not only have cool armor, but I have an almighty paintbrush, okay? I gotta think of something I can do. Although I think it's time for me to be a hero. You can't fly around in a suit like that and not help people. I see there's a fire, but there's no one here to do anything to help. I think I know what I can do about it. Since our fire department isn't coming, I'll just draw it myself. It's kind of weird. Usually in our town, fire trucks respond very quickly to fires of all levels. Not a soul around here. I have a sneaking suspicion that the signal just didn't get to the firehouse, which means that the developer wasn't very conscientious to save money on this system. And where does that leave us? That's right, loss of life. But now, everything will be okay, because I'm here to save everyone who needs it. I've only got one problem so far, and that's my drawing speed. Since I haven't done much drawing before, my skills leave a lot to be desired. So you need to concentrate on JJ. Well, that's it. I'm done painting the car. I'll admit it wasn't too bad. Now, if I've got it right, it should appear in reality. Oh, look, it did appear. This brush works just fine. I can't believe a real fire truck actually showed up, which means I can start looking at the burning building. It's a good thing it hasn't burned through enough to make it, because then there'd be nothing left to save. Even from a distance, you can see that the fire has spread too far, which means I can't just put it out. I should probably go back to the gift car and get some water. So, now I should get as many water balloons as there are in this car at all. It's a good thing it didn't come up empty, because I don't know what I'd do if there wasn't water in here. And now we can begin the rescue operation. I'm sure not all the people in this building were able to get out on their own, which means someone's life is in grave danger right now, and I just can't let someone die in here. So we need to find people and get them out of here as quickly as possible. And we need to put out the fire, because the fire is spreading faster and faster. I'm not gonna be able to do that much more, so I've got to throw fireballs at every source of fire I see. And don't forget to look around, because there could be a person anywhere in this building. But it looks like he's on the top floor, not the bottom floor. That's too bad, because the carbon monoxide tends to go upstairs, which means the chances of survival are getting slimmer and slimmer. He's got to wait for me to get there, because then I'll get him fast. I think I should be paying attention to the strange structures inside the building. Maybe someone's using it to hide from the fire. Anybody here? Well, I should have at least tried to say it. After all, a person could just be unconscious. I think I'm in the right room, because there's obviously someone here fighting for their life. All I have to do is find him or dig him up. There he is. Okay, don't worry. Everything's gonna be okay now, because I'm here to save you. He's not answering me at all. Did he pass out from the carbon monoxide?
Please help me. I'm having a really hard time breathing. If you have something like a mask, please give it to me. I have almost no strength left, but at least I can breathe normally with it. You can pave the way for us, and I'll gather my strength and head for the exit. We're going through the door, right?
Unfortunately, it's not as simple as you thought. It's a long walk to the door, so I found a better option. We're going down the fire truck boom. Don't be afraid, because the structure is so strong that it can hold 10 people like you. Just remember that the most dangerous part is over. Now, we just need to get down to the ground, and you'll be saved. If you get dizzy, just yell out to me, and I'll come to your rescue.
As you may have noticed, I didn't have to yell. Thank you very much. If it wasn't for your help, I would have died in there. And don't worry, there's no one else in there, that's for sure.
Well, that's good. Now I have to keep flying to find out who else I can help. And here's my new assignment. There's a lot of police outside the bank, which means either they're trying to rob it or terrorists are there. I need to ask what the situation is and do what I can.
So what we have here is a typical robbery, except we can't figure out where all the robbers disappeared to. If you can, please find them. We'd really appreciate it.
Don't worry, I'll be up to the task in no time. I've solved riddles like this before. Now, we need to collect evidence to figure out where they went. To be honest, I've never understood the logic of robbers, especially when they're trying to rob big banks like this one. It's extremely hard to do in the digital age because there are cameras and recording devices everywhere. However, these guys are pretty well prepared since the police couldn't find them right away. Even so, they have a pretty slim chance of getting out of here unharmed. Something tells me that the robbers didn't make it out of the building because the police arrived too quickly. There's a lot of evidence of that too. It's obvious they were in a hurry to get away. Well, I'll find them soon enough and they'll be finished. They may have a lot of weapons, but it doesn't matter because they can't penetrate my suit. And I've got a whole squad of police on my team. So it's just a matter of time before we take them out. We have to remember to label all the evidence, because once we find it, the evidence will be useful for the report. I wonder how much I can find in this room, although something tells me I'm getting pretty close to the robbers. If you look closely, you'll realize that this machine was left here awkwardly and quickly. It's like someone just didn't have time to pick it up, which means only one thing. The robbers are right outside this door. We need to warn everyone and storm the place. Like I said, here I found another piece of evidence. I think I should keep my voice down from now on because the robbers might hear me and try to escape. And we don't want any more casualties, especially from the police. I'd rather just let the robbers die.
I've warned everyone if we get fire support. which means it's time to launch an extermination operation. We're not taking any prisoners, so just shoot to kill. Trust me, there's nothing in it for you, because you work with the police and you're under our direct supervision right now.
That's great. Now let's put the money back in the safe. I think the bank employees will be pleased that we did some of their work. Maybe they'll thank us in some way. And once again, I've helped someone.
I can't believe JJ did such a bad thing to me. I didn't do anything wrong to him. On the contrary, I gave him a cool costume that he could use to become a superhero, and he locked me up for it. Well, I'll get him back. I just gotta get out of here somehow. As I recall, there's a lockpick around here somewhere. I just need to find it. Great! There's not a lot of them, but I think I've got enough. Something tells me this magic brush isn't doing a very good job. It's been a long time since I've done any lockpicking, because it's usually JJ. So you have to concentrate really hard to get the lock open as quickly as possible. Because the more I'm in here, the farther away JJ is going to get. And if he's too far away, I won't be able to get back at him. Anyway, for now, I can think about exactly how I can get back at him. For starters, I'd have to steal the brush. And if it has the power to affect the human body itself, then I can make JJ fat. I think it's gonna be fun. Well, that's it. I finally got that door open. So I'm gonna waste no time and go find JJ. Just make sure you bring your gun. JJ has a very cool costume that's gonna be very hard to fight against. But I'll do my best to get back at JJ. I think he's playing hero, so I'm gonna be the one to bring him down to earth. Looks like I really don't have anyone at home. I couldn't find the brush either, which means it's time for me to go outside and start looking for JJ. I think I'm gonna hear about him from people real quick.
It's come to my attention that there's something wrong at the local store. Strange. I don't see anything unusual about it at all. We should go inside and see if the clerk's okay. It's suspiciously quiet in here. It can't be. If I'm reading this right, someone's rigged an explosive device and wired it, which means it's obviously got a timer, and they knocked out the salesman. I just can't figure out who did it or why. We need to defuse this bomb as soon as possible because it could go off at any minute. And I'm gonna have to call the police and have them finish the job. Okay, I think I'm gonna start defusing the bomb. I've been trained to do it, so I should be able to handle it. And I'm also very lucky because the type of bomb is very similar to the one in the drill. This means that you can't just cut all the wires. Instead, you have to slowly and carefully cut one wire at a time from the beginning to the end. Too bad the police aren't here right now. Because while I'm in here defusing the bomb, the perpetrator might just get away. Because I don't see much in the way of hard evidence to tell me where to look. The only other option is to take fingerprints from all surfaces, especially the bomb, and try to track him down. But if he was wearing gloves, then we can't exactly find him. I don't see why we need such a sophisticated setup for a convenience store. Maybe something important was stored here. Anyway, it's too early to think about that, because first we have to get this building free of the bomb. I hope I don't make any mistakes, because if I do, this whole store will blow up. Maybe I shouldn't have started this case myself, because I could be blamed for everything, and then I'd go to jail as a terrorist. Meanwhile, the real thug will be walking the streets of our town. That's it, I'm almost done. All that's left is to remove the module itself, and that's it. This place will be neutralized. I'm so glad I did it. I couldn't sacrifice this guy's life for my own advancement. I guess I should have at least taken him outside so he wouldn't get hurt. Oh, well, it's all good anyway. You have to make sure there's nothing behind the door, because it's possible that something could have been installed there too. But it looks like the warehouse hasn't been touched. Thank God there's nothing here. I've already wasted a lot of time and energy on one bomb. And if there was another one, I couldn't have done it. Now we need to call the police and tell them everything that's happened here. It's a good thing they already know me, so they'll believe what I say. It's a good thing I've done good deeds before, because it's very important for a hero to be heard by people and do only good deeds. Well, that's it. I got the phone, which means I can finally call the police. Hello? I discovered a bomb in a nearby store and successfully defused it. Would you please come here?
Thank you, man. We didn't know there was a bomb in that store. Apparently, the cashier didn't have time to press the police call button, so we didn't get any emergency response. It's a good thing you were there, because that bomb would have blown up the neighboring buildings too.
Well, that's good, and I have to go now because I have so much to do.
Here comes JJ. I was finally able to find it. How lucky I was to arrive at his house just as he was arriving here. I can finally carry out my revenge plan and he won't be able to stop me. But first, I have to get to him. It's going to be hard to get in through the front door because it's open and JJ will see me right away, which means I have to find some other way in. I'll go around the building, see if I can find any windows big enough to fit through. I have to admit, he has a pretty nice house. Of course, he's probably made a pretty good living off his hero career. This is perfect for me. Then it's time to break it down and get inside. It's important to act fast because pretty soon JJ will realize something's wrong and start looking around his house. I should have the brush by now. Looks like he didn't hear me break the glass, which is a good thing because I'm gonna have a surprise effect. Looks like he's very busy cooking in the kitchen. Look at him, so focused that he's completely oblivious to what's going on around him. He's gonna be so surprised. All right, let's get started. And first I'm gonna throw the sleeping gas in his room. I'm not stupid enough to fight him, so I'd better beat him with my wits. All I have to do is wait for him to fall asleep, and I'll have the victory in my hands.
Oh no! Help! I'm being attacked. It looks like it's sleeping gas. It's so hard for me to stand up.
Well, that's all, JJ. Good night. In the meantime, I'll take your brush. I think you're done using it. But more importantly, now I'm gonna use it to make JJ completely regret locking me in the back room. He could have just asked me for that brush, and I would have given it to him. But since he did such a bad thing, he should be paid in full. I think I can get started on my work of art. I want to make him a real fat guy so he's really scared. And he will be scared, because girls won't like him as much, and he won't be able to be as clever a hero as he used to be. I think it's definitely over for him. That's it! My drawing is almost done. I think it's really pretty. Now JJ will look like a balloon, as big and harmless as it is. That's it. The transformation has begun, which means we'll have to see how JJ reacts soon.
Oh no! What's happening to me? Did someone use brush magic on me? I'm pretty sure it was you, Mikey. Get me back to my old self. I can't even stand up on my feet. Do you have any idea how hard this is for me? I'm begging you to take me back to the way I was.
That's how you should, JJ. This is my sweet revenge on you for everything you've done. I think you realize now that you shouldn't have taken my brush without asking and locked me in my own house. Look at you. You've gotten so fat you can't even keep up with me.